Hi guys, how you doing? Happy Friday. How everybody's doing this week? Oh my God, it's so cold on Chicago. We are on the high 20s and low 30s at night. Like my cats are literally sleeping inside my covers. What's
Here
going
it's
on?
just windy.
Just windy?
Yeah.
Okay. So last week we were supposed to be doing the Halloween special. Life happened when we were too busy making plans, and I promise I'm gonna be wearing the Hannibal Lecter uh, uh,
Custom.
costume. I couldn't find it. I think that in the middle of my house is in remodeling, getting new closet, new rooms, and half of the office is being remodeling. I put everything away without organizing it, and I didn't find it. So I'm wearing my zebra. The one I found is the same one that you have as a thief,
Is it
but I didn't want to ruin your suspense. So I'm wearing my zebra costume. I'm not gonna be wearing the hat. Nope, I'm not doing
Why
that.
not?
No, I will not. What about you?
Well, now, like as you can see, I'm a thief. So yeah, this is was my custom for Halloween because we have a little party here. So yeah, today I'm a thief.
So what happened with the mask?
Okay, my two little girls were playing with the mask and they ruined it. So I was like, "Where's my mask?" And Liz, my oldest daughter, say, "Mommy, I think it's broken." And I was like, "Okay, okay, don't worry. I will not
I
use the mask."
I had mine based in each of the characters that we're gonna talk today, but I couldn't find Chucky. So I'm gonna be wearing. They're really nice. They're silk,
Yeah, they
and
look like.
I wear this when I'm going to the street. So people look at me. I told them I need to go to the bank tomorrow, but I don't think I'm gonna be wearing neither of us. I need to talk to the manager, so I don't want to mess it up.
No.
Okay, we have a special show that is based on a blog that we did last year, and we're going to show a video of the end of the blog to see how fear and arousal and how we froze and how people is like, my God, move away from there, you're going to get shot. So let's start with our special Fear and Arousal Halloween special that ended up being November 5. Why do we love horror movies? So let's go with it and start the roll. If you're going to learn what we talk here on the lives every Friday at 4:05 p.m. Central Time, you can go to humanbehaviorhackerschool.com and wait for it because we are opening a store. We are opening initially three new programs, and during the next year we're going to do the pre-sale. You can order the products related to help you to understand better face reading, or if you're ready are learning face reading, you can go and buy products that they're cheat sheets, so you can go for. And if you want to know what we do in general and what people we train and the services that we provide, from a speaking type of training, the new division that we have with Harris Congruency Group. um, Harris Consulting, I always do the same. I mix Lina Cisco with Richard Company. Harris Consulting Group and the partnership we did, and the new sales program that we have, that we did a webinar with more than 200 people. It was amazing. So this is not a video that we did. It's a video that we find. It's a promo for TNT, but the TV channel. But I want you to pay attention to the people in the bar, sitting in the bar, people passing by, and people who is part of not knowing there are part that this is a mock scenario. But most important, see how people nothing, and even they're shooting and they don't move. I hope you enjoy it because it's freaking me out. Okay, what happened there? Everybody want to comment? What the heck happened there? People didn't move. I was doing research when I was looking for the video, and they says that they did it in different time of the day, so not the same people participate, and they did
Mhm.
it in few days, so they can really test how people get fascinated with fear. It's like when you are going on roller coaster, or you want to
Mhm.
go to see a horror movie, and you close your eyes and open
You
the
have it wide
fingers
open.
so you can you can spy. Actually, when it's an homicide or an accident, the police need to be more aware to bystanders to not corrupt the crime scene. Or when,
Mhm.
for example, you see an accident. Every time that I need to commute between Chicago and Indiana, and the four lines are open and people is go slow, I
Yes.
do know that I'm gonna hear the fire department. I'm gonna be hearing the people coming on the back to help, and I know there's gonna be an accident. People get this fascination with horror and fear. Actually, the three podcasts more listened are serial killers, oddities, and mental health. And if you look on the tip, we have a crime channel. It's crazy. Hey Perry, I'm sorry, Perry. I couldn't find my Hannibal Lecter costume, like I told you. The bystander effect. It's remind me of the awful case that happened on the train recently. Yeah, people get fascinated by the bystander effect, and they don't understand how much they make the police work complicated, and how
Mhm.
much they contaminate the scene, and how difficult they do it. And I wish, and you know what? We're going to talk about the next slide. It's and I would says if you can get this book, and he talk about that and in a case in this book, if I don't recall wrong, uh, a woman was being raped and was an incident, and everybody says that he saw it, but nobody called 911. The worst part of the bystander effect is the people don't call the police. They stare at what happened. What the heck?
Yeah.
Claire de Lune, hi. If I have seen this, I will have been thinking that there is too much crazy stuff going on for it to be real. I would have thought that it was being filmed or some show. I agree. I do agree that the people who was passing, that is too much thing going on, but even though it's violent to see, and people was fascinated. Actually, if you see, we're gonna repurpose the video, or you can rewind it. People is like leaning on to see
Paying
it.
attention. Hmm.
So I read this book after I found a study from Darwin from 1872 saying that fear and arousal make your pupils dilated.
Hmm.
So I was looking for more studies, and I talked to Elba and says, I found something that I think is fascinated about arousal and fear. And we start talking and we start researching both. And we find out that it's this happen on the same part of the brain, and you have the same emotional triggers. So what we're gonna do is, again, we're gonna do the complete blog about that, so you can read it and you can see the studies. And we're gonna put some pick and things that the studies that we put we didn't want to go too geeky, and we're gonna put a video of Simon Sinek talking about fear and excitement. And excitement happen when we have arousal. Hey Janine.
Hey,
Hi, Susan
Janine.
and Elba. I'm still at work, so I'm just listening. It looked fake to me, though. I know, but still, I think that the bystander effect is a way to show that we can see that when it's a crime scene. Love that book. Yes, I would say that doesn't matter your gender, it's important. And I found another studies, then I talk in a few shows, including Eric Huntley, that they did a study where they make people wear white t-shirts after taking
Yeah.
a shower. Some group were exposed to fear, another group was not exposed to fear, and they put the t-shirts and ziploc bags, and then bring in other people, and when they smell the t-shirts, the one who were exposed to fear, they feel fear. And there are studies too, here, Gavin De Becker book, that they say that if you go on the subway and you smell fear, because animals and humans can feel
Mhm.
fear and smell it, you know that something is going to happen. You feel it in your gut. Remember, you have 6 to 7 to either 8 times where your gut is telling your brain something is going on, and we don't pay attention. So when you have that sixth sense to tell you, run away from here, do it.
Mhm.
Hey, Morticia, what's up with the
Hey.
matching outfit, the stripes, Susan and Elva? Oh, because this is the Halloween show. I was supposed to be dressing like Hannibal Lecter, but I couldn't find my outfit, and the only one I have is like a thief, like Elba, and I didn't want to ruin her. So I'm a zebra. She without the hat. I took out the hat, and Elba, it's
I'm a thief.
yeah. Um, Sarah says, guts is never wrong. Nope. We
Uh-uh.
are wrong, not paying attention. Um, Claire de Lune says, fear hormones. Mm-hmm. Yep. And Gavin De Becker talked to with one woman, or few, there were rape and attack. And they says that they feel that something was wrong. For the ones who haven't read the book, but it's a case where a woman was walking to the car and somebody offered to help her. And she knew that something was wrong, and she keeps saying no, no, no. But the guy was so nice that she was doubting her guts and ended up being raped. Thank God survived, but it's a horrible experience. Lol, I see. Fair enough. We try to do things different. You know us.
Yes.
Okay. Freddy, wait.
Put the one. I want that one. Ha.
Yeah, that's the one I'm gonna give you. If you can
Yes.
still listen to me, I'm worried. Okay,
Ah,
I cannot worry for the microphone.
they're too big, I think. It's a really good
Freddy
one.
Krueger. This is actually, I'm sorry, Elba, I put Rouge on, but Freddy Krueger. You see, Perry, I do have my Freddy Krueger mask. They're real, they're silk, and I use it when I'm going to the street and I want to go to supermarket and see how people react. One day I'm going to put a camera on my frames. I'm going to get to one of the private detectives that we work and says, hey, can you give me a glasses camera? So, yeah, this is my Freddy Krueger. And we have video. Does Freddy Krueger have an OnlyFans profile? Uh, Thomas, no idea. Lol, Perry. Like, yeah, I promised Perry. He asked me what I'm going to be wearing and says, obviously, what do you think? And he says, Hannibal Lecter. I do have my jumpsuit. But anyway, me too, Sarah Adams. So pretty cool. Thank you, love. Okay, let's go to the video presenting. You love Freddy Krueger. You need to go to therapy, honey. While you're working here, you're ruined already.
Please, God. This is God.
Okay. Now, his face is inspiring a pepperoni, and
Yeah.
I will be more afraid to that cat face than Freddy Krueger. Okay.
Yeah, me
Uh,
too.
okay, you're part of the cult, apparently, Elva.
Yes.
Thomas Kraft. I had to jump over to you two from Facebook purely to applaud your comment. Bravo. Don't don't push him. He's gonna drive you crazy. Uh, lol. Almost like Edward Scissorhands. Yeah, but I think it's different. I think it's different.
Yeah, it's different. It's different.
Okay, Elva, you love horror movies. I like science fiction and boobs, rom com, kill me first. So, what are the things in his face that are interested? Again, remember when we talk about Disney and when we talk about video games?
Hmm.
There are psychological things that you see on faces or in the development of character who has to do with fears. For example, why do you think that in Fast and the Furious and all the movies, by the way, I went to see the last James Bond, is too long, but I like it. I really
Yeah.
like it.
Okay.
So there, you always have a cliff. You're always about to jump from a cliff. Always is like in the border of the building because people is afraid to hide. So these kind of things are developed and trigger our fears. And as you can see on the video, he was Craven put fears like crawling by the cat, bully, and things like that because again, our fears are triggering our arousal too. And we're going to talk about dating and arousal and fear too. Elva, all yours.
Yes. Okay. First of all, he doesn't have eyebrows, so you never know what's going with him. You never know. Yes, for that question is yes. When they create the character, he was burned, so that's why he has the face like that. Yes.
Okay, you love him and know about him, so these questions are for you, love.
His nose is wrinkled. His teeth are bird. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And he's no earlobes. Yes, too. Oh, people is going to start going to put in all things out there. So he doesn't have eyebrows. You don't know what's happening with him. And the another thing that caught my attention is the nose. As you can see, is the tip of the nose is down. So he always is skeptical. He doesn't have lips, small mouth. He doesn't talk too much. Even in the first movie of Freddy Krueger, he only appeared 7 minutes. That's it. Yes, in the
Really?
first yes, in the first movie. No upper lip. Yes.
He's not definitely emotional.
No, he's not emotional. In the small ears. So
You
yeah,
know
that's
what? It's
what.
resembling, even though he doesn't have eyebrows, you can see the muscles are pointy.
Yeah, the muscles are pointy. Yes.
Doesn't remind you to the witches of Disney?
Yes. Yes, when I look at him, it's like he has the characteristics from the witches of the Disney movies. The nose, the eyebrows, the the um,
The
the
small chin.
eyelids too, the small chin. Yeah,
And what you can tell me for the lack of inner reach, inner outer reach.
he lives in his own world. Everything that is outside his world, he is not going to believe it.
What else? Let's see who else. Guys, you have any comments about Freddy Krueger?
Krueger.
What else we can say on the character? He left like it looked like muscles, like
Mm-hmm,
the way the face was designed is the
mm-hmm,
way the muscles happen on the face, the 43 muscles that we have on the face
mm-hmm,
who can do 100 expressions. So those burns are like when you see uh, a long time ago was an expo here in Chicago that they were showing cadavers, like dead
mm-hmm,
people without
mm-hmm.
skin. It was sold out.
Wow.
And a friend of mine says, I want to go, but I'm afraid to go alone. You want to come with me? Like, why? Why me? And we went to the expo, and it was creepy to see the muscles on the face, but it was interesting from the anatomical standpoint. That Sarah Kent says a lot about that since she studied it. Understatement. Understatement. Where you see that, love? Perry says no lips. Nope.
Nope. Small
Like,
mouth.
oh, people love gross stuff. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
people love gross stuff and want to read. Actually, that's one of the reasons that people love to see and the pig hole and see the dirt of other
Ah.
people.
Mm-hmm.
And you have all these magazines. There are just happen to be on the cashier. So when the line one, do you know why? From economic behavior. Sometimes when it's a lot of people in the supermarket, they don't open too many cashiers. So you can stand and on the suites, dirty snacks,
Ah,
and
yes.
dirty pig and dirty magazines. And you're gonna see the most of the one is gonna start watching the magazine and put it
Yeah.
on the car. That's the reason they sell magazines. Um, Perry says no lips. You comment about the no lips. Do you wanna repeat it, love?
Yeah. He doesn't have lips. It's like not emotions. He's not talking about emotions. And he doesn't talk too much, even though.
She says he lives in his own world. So you are forces to take forever. I lost. Did you understand the question?
Nope.
Yeah, but that's where you says, Elva.
Yeah. He has his own perspective of things.
Let's put it clear. The people who doesn't have inner outer inner outer counter doesn't mean they're gonna start killing others. Let's be clear.
No. No.
There are another features that the reason we have something called trilogy when you start combining things. But in this case, with the other feature he have, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Elva?
I think yes. I think he has a protruding chin. And yeah, because he has the authority to get in your dreams and to make a mess with you.
Perry loved this one.
Yes.
You know what? You cannot see it in this picture,
No.
but he sometimes have the upper part of the eyes white. No, Elva? You're an
Yeah.
expert. You have seen all the
Yes.
movies.
Yes. Yes. In this picture you cannot see it, but he has that white in his eyes.
Besides that, he had buried tooth, and there are kind of crooked. He have a gap
Yeah.
between the teeth, the tooth. You want to say it, or you want me to say it?
He's a risk taker. He always going to do the things most risky and to scare people in that way.
Yep. And again, we are not made it up. One of the reasons I love about getting people that the characters is like showing you why your brain is triggered with these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So Sarah says Nancy Grace always have three whites. Who's Nancy Grace?
I don't know who is she.
Sarah, if you can help me there, maybe it's a character. If it's for kids, I'm done. Maybe you know more about that. Anything else, Elba, or you want to go to the next one?
Let's go to the next one.
I don't have a mask for Chucky. I don't
No.
like toys. I don't like those dolls. They look like human. Actually, there is a
Anyway.
store here in Chicago. I don't know if it's any other part of the United States. Producers help us. That it's you go with your kid, and you can get a doll who have the same physiognomy, features, and body type.
American
Yeah,
something.
I didn't want to say the name, but when I used to live 2 blocks away from the store they had on the water tower, and every time that I need to go back to my house, I went through Macy's or I crossed the street I now I'm having goosebumps only I remember they were creepy because
Yeah,
doesn't matter where you look them, they're like looking at you. It's like the Mona Lisa.
yeah, yeah. No. Mm-mm.
It's creepy. Nancy Grace is a crime. Oh, now I got it. Yeah, she's famous. Yeah, a crime podcaster. Well, if you have a podcast about crime, you probably are stressed all the time. Are you ready for the video, guys? Let's go.
Yes.
By the way, these videos is done by Elba. You know, you put a nicest music to Freddy Krueger and more creepy music to the other characters. Yeah, let's notice on the next one on the in the video. Okay, before that, the loves attached comment was for Freddy Krueger. I do know, but I know you're fascinated with the earlobes, and I know
The
why, but it's
earlobes.
private, so I will not gonna talk about it. We can talk for the students here. We have the open class 5:30 today. Go to the video. If I know where I put my finger, listen to this music and the other ones, and you're gonna see you made differences. It's not fair.
Say something, damn it! Hi, I like to be hugged. Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
You see about the music?
Yes, I know.
Okay, we have questions about the audience that are coming first. You're such a tease, and you love it. I I have all the ears questions. Yeah, you always. Uh, I didn't know this, and we're gonna show a real Hannibal Lecter case that was on the news last year. She says, "I agree. Dolls are creepy. You hear about the case in Australia where a 5-year-old was kidnapped by a man obsessed with Bratz dolls, found safe. He had an entire doll room. Creepy. I
Wow.
didn't know about the case, but I get kind of creepy when I'm going to somebody's adult house and I see all the dolls. And actually, it's all a mystery and creepiness behind dolls and the ceramic face dolls that was in
Mm,
the 18 and
yes.
1900.
Yes.
Lol, he does look like my body. Wow, 8 movies. You have a body who look like that? Send me a picture, please. Sarah says creepy.
Yeah.
Just 2 days ago, right? Uh, look like my body just 2 days ago, right? Please send me a picture. I would love to read his face. Okay, let's go to the funny part for.
Say something,
Okay,
damn it!
fuck.
Yes.
Okay, uh, Susan, you need to watch the Annabelle film. Haha, you have seen it?
I don't.
Okay. Now we have Wi-Fi eyes on the face.
Yes.
What else?
The unibrow, do you see? He doesn't sleep. He never sleep. So yeah, he always thinking to do something like creepy and things like that. He has a small nose.
Oh, Claire de Lune catch the white part.
Yes.
You guys are going on the street watching the white parts of the eyes, no? What else?
He has a small nose. He has no eyelids. And you see how big is his forehead?
That I was thinking about that, but since you love this creepiness, I'm gonna talk the least. I'm gonna talk more about the nerdy part. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he has that one. He's really intelligent, and he has the cliff. You see how
Hmm.
playful he is, how and his coherence. Because I think I remember I just watched two movies of Chucky, and I remember the way
Look,
that he
the
killed.
playful Perry is
Yeah,
not
the
in the.
playful, and that's why, because the way that he killed it makes me he make it like a game. So
Mm.
yeah,
Uh, Claire de Lune says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I went to the moon and come back. Very small second zone. Why it's so important that Elva? Why is consistent with his character?
because he doesn't have emotions. He doesn't need, because he is going to kill. So why you are going to have emotions if you are going to kill? So yeah.
And he's able to do the same thing without having any kind of problem.
Yes. Hmm.
Now, it's get my attention to turn down nose. The turn now down mouth.
He always speaks with a pessimism.
Says boom, Claire de Lune. What is gonna say? What I was gonna say. Very small zone too. And what else we can notice about him?
His crooked teeth,
Yeah, too.
you can see that one too. Yeah,
You
he's
want
like,
you want to talk about the chicks, or you want me to talk about the chicks?
you can talk about the chicks.
He had white cheeks, white zone too. So even though this is small, it's white compared to the face. So that means that he have a lot of energy. I don't know if he can run without batteries, but I would say this is the kind of person that will not gonna run out of energy. It's like an
No,
energizer bunny coming, go and go and go. That's what happened on the movies.
yeah, that's the thing that I'm going to say. Yeah, he's like going and going. He doesn't stop.
Uh, long secret line on the business side. I don't think this guy have a business side, but what is Elba?
But yeah, he has a lot of secrets inside. So yeah,
But it's true. But it's fun when you're talking about Chucky and you're talking a business side.
yeah, his business is kill. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Anything else, people? Anything else, Elba? You are. I can see. I'm gonna put you like the baby apron here because you're like that's the things that you like.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What does that pug nose mean? We say it already. Elba, you want to repeat it?
He makes the same task every day. It's like he's just doing the same thing. It doesn't bothers him to do the same.
What has to do with emotions?
Nothing.
No emotions.
No emotions. And you know
Definitely.
what? It's funny because I remember that my mom gave me a doll. It was a doll. And when it was a Chucky, the doll of Chucky without the evil face, it looked like Chucky. And I was like, no, 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 no. No, I couldn't sleep with that doll. No.
Can you imagine the moon coming through your
It
window?
happened once to me. I started seeing the shadows and I was like, no. Yeah, it was crazy. No.
I didn't. You know what? It's for some people. It's not gonna sound crazy. I have cars, and I play with the balls. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else plays with the balls with the eye cat shadow. So you put somebody through a white milk ball
Mm-hmm.
glass, and what you need to do is OP.
Mm-hmm.
So obvious, you put on the sun on the ground and you push the crystal ball, and the crystal ball need to push another one. It's taken from the Italian game boccia that is playing in big grounds. But when you're a
Mhm.
kid, you played on your house. So I didn't went to all this phase of toys and things like that. I like puzzles and books and things like that when I was a kid. But yeah, Those
Yeah,
still creeping me
that was
out.
creepy. Yeah, no,
People, Elva, anything else?
nope.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to hear Simon Sinek talking about arousal and excitement.
This is what I realized this when I was watching the London Olympics, so a couple Olympics ago. And I was annoyed by how all the journalists asked all the athletes the same stupid question. Literally, everyone. Were you nervous? Or are you nervous? Whether it was before or after the event. Every single time. And every single time, all the athletes gave the exact same answer. No, I was excited. No, I'm excited. Every single time. These elite athletes had learned to interpret body stimulus. What are the signs of nervousness? Your heart races, you visualize the future, your hands get clammy. What are the stimulus for excitement? Your heart races, you visualize the future, your hands get clammy. They had learned to interpret what their body was telling them, not as nerves, but as excitement. And the reason the journalists said, "Were you nervous?" is because they would be nervous. Athletes would never say that to each other. They say, "That was exciting." This is what I'm
So, what translating what he says, the video was longer, is what is fear for some people is excitement from others.
Mhm.
And why, again, fear, arousal, excitement happen on the same part of the body. And we're going to talk about at the end of the video about what are the signs and the replies from the body. Now, Jason, wait, here we go.
You have one. Yes, Jason.
That's my Jason mask.
Yes.
You told me you don't want that one.
No, I want Freddy Krueger.
Okay, perfect. So where else we have chat box span.
Yeah.
I'm gonna erase it later. So Jason Voorhees, and we're gonna see the video, and you're gonna see that you put the same creepy music that you put on Chucky and Hannibal Lecter. Poor Hannibal. By the way, I have the Hannibal Lecter books. I have the Dexter's books. And anyway, let's go to see the video.
Wow.
I need to confess the only one I saw is Jason versus Freddy. Then I think there were
Who
two.
won?
Only
I
one.
think- No,
But
I didn't saw it.
You saw it. I saw Jason versus Freddy. It says how they're gonna put these two monsters together. It's Friday 13 in Guatemala too, the day of people is afraid and they don't want to fly and things like that.
Yeah, but
What?
it's not like too deep. Like no,
Or Tuesday 13 or Friday 13.
Tuesday 13 here. It's
Yeah,
more like
when I was born in Europe, I was born in South America and Europe is Tuesday 13.
Mhm.
Hockey mask look like, and I will not gonna go to the next picture because it's a lot in this one. Have you watched Dexter? Are you kidding me? I think, remember, it was HBO only to watch it. Actually, I get my dinner with a tray and a glass of wine and after it finished, I've been watch it again. Are you kidding me? I love Dexter. Oh, by the way, if you love Dexter, you need to see You. There are 3
Oh,
seasons, 10
yes.
episodes. It's bloody and it's crazy, but it's
Yeah,
mixed Dexter with Chucky, Hannibal Lecter,
everyone.
Jason,
It's
and everyone. It's
yes,
freaking
it's
crazy.
freaky. Yeah, I
Oh my
agree.
God. Oh my God. Just seeing the craziness in the chat. Yeah, I'm going to erase it after. I don't want to interrupt, but yeah, when you start having more audience and more subscribers, that start happening. So if you like Dexter and you want to go to
You
a
have
different next level of what the go to see you. Uh,
yes.
sorry guys, got mixed up and started using my business account. Uh, I get lost. Okay, go to the next one. I need to find a way to do this easier. Okay, for the ones who have been follow us, you know that we talk about a lot about symmetry.
Hmm.
What happened? Okay, Sarah, go to the movies. 6 Feet Under. Yeah, it's the same actor that did Dexter with the funeral home. Do you see it, Elva?
No, that's
Um,
what I was thinking. No, I haven't seen it.
watch it if you can. It's the first movie, first famous series that the guy and Holt, I think is his last name. I'm bad with names.
Okay.
Okay, it called what? Asymmetry. We talk about, I guess that you're talking about that. We talk about symmetry and asymmetry. I want to point only one thing here, the
Mhm.
tooth with the other characters.
It's the same. The gap.
Okay, love, all yours. It's scary to see it.
Yeah, I think if you can see it here, he has a different. He has a conflict between his personal and his business because it's like so different, and you can see that the ears are really small. He doesn't have the inner reach to the teeth, the mouth, and even he has a little bit. His mouth is bigger, and his nose is small too. And his eyes, if you can see, he has in his business side, his eyes are like more like abundant eyelids, and he's more needy. And it makes coherence because when the movie start and the series, he has a really good relationship with his mother. Even his mother, she's going to be the one like is going to kill and everything, not Jason. But they think that Jason is going to be better. So yeah, and the mother is like really crazy like him too. So yeah, he doesn't have eyebrows too. You don't know what's happening with him. He has a small chin. So I think we have a lot of similarities here with all the characters that we have been seeing. So yeah.
We always talk. People tend to see faces. We see features.
Hmm.
We had been talking about receiving pictures about twins. Oh, by the way, uh, we are closing the face reading your face study, and we're going to start a twin study. So if you want to submit your face and we never saw you and you want to read it, we crushed the numbers regarding the the accuracy. It was creepy, and we're going to start contacting the people that were part of the study to see if they want to give a testimonial. Actually, one of the people even published the
Yeah.
not only the results, the picture that we read, and actually
Mhm.
she confessed publicly that she sent it because for her it was impossible that anybody can do a face reading with a mask. And guess what? She was so impressed that she did a testimonial. She did
Yeah.
it in my LinkedIn and I republished. But I need to be honest, Elba did the reading on faces with mask. So if you want, but the point is, we have twins. When the parents gonna says, "Oh, you're never gonna know who's who," like
Mm.
they have nothing to do with each other.
No.
They're two
No.
different entities.
Yeah, I love that part. You know me. I love that part of twins and yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can start with the astronaut.
Yes. I want to do that one.
Sarah says Elephant Man, but I don't recall the movie that I see with Cher, and it was Hollywood or after Hollywood. I don't know how it's called. But he wasn't a bad person. I don't remember. David Michael Hall. Thank you. That's the name of Dexter and 6 Feet Under.
Mm.
Now, Sarah, my love, why you do this? Neurofibromatosis. I guess that it can be the amorphia on the face. Can you do it with pictures of twin? Yeah, we're gonna do it with pictures of twins. So guys, if you know anybody who have a twin, you have a twin, or you has given birth to a twin or your partner, whatever, we love to, but we need to remember the people need to agree because we need them to read the report. We don't do it, but we're going to go deeper when we start the study. But yes, we can do it with twins. Now, doing a recap between the three characters that we haven't saw, what are the similitudes? Ears, tell me.
Ears, chin, small chin, gap between the front teeth, small nose. Yeah.
What? No eyebrows.
No eyebrows.
What do you think that they put the hockey mask on the face and they cover? Because I understand not the same actor, and it went from like the 80s to 2010, no?
Yeah, but they put it because so he has this how do you call it when you don't have your face like
I don't know what is going on. It's more
like
terrifying.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is the one who a couple was in bed and he embed them with a sword.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Somebody sent me a video and says, what do you think about that? That you need to start taking antipsychotic. Why you send me this video? The mask. Can you do with pictures of twins? If you have twins, I would prefer to do it without mask so we can see the difference. Well, my dad, that's a twin.
Wow.
Perfect. We would like to see all the face in this case because we want to know what happened with the emotions and the stamina and the chin, how they change. So the idea would be to have pictures since they were babies until now, or the person is not longer with us, having 3 or 4 pictures to see the difference and how the face changed, or a moment where everybody think they were so equal that nobody can recognize them. Okay, so now
this is yours because I know.
It's anything else that you guys want to ask, or anything else, Elba?
For me, I want to pass to the next one.
They all have distorted features. Great call. Elba, what do you think?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you know what that's affected so much? Again, I'm going to call the symmetry thing, because our brain tend to stabilize everything. When you see so much asymmetry and you see things that are so opposite, your brain start getting in conflict and they don't understand what happened. It's called the uncanny valley. Your brain does the uncanny valley. If you want to read about that, it's you can find it in Freud book from 1830. At that point, was published by Penguin, and you can read this kind, the uncanny valley. A study that was done in 1979 and an engineer university by an engineer in Japan, that one of the reasons the robots, the human, the ones who are too similar to humans, we have a rejection because our brain cannot process that is a robot. That's the reason if you see the robots that are on the market, they look like robot because the human cannot process that information. Cool, can do. Check your emails. Yes. Thank you. Elba is salivating again.
Yes.
Perry says, I have a friend who has severe facial scarring who is now part of a campaign in the media called I Am Not Your Villain. I love that.
Me too.
We cannot I always says that face reading is not to get people aside, to be, oh my God, I lost the word. Again, my brain went out to discriminate is to learn what happened in your face, reading your face, reading your features, allow us to have a better communication.
And to see people.
I almost didn't type it. Many media depictions of facial disfigurement portray the people as villains. Again, think Hollywood and the cartoons make perfect sense. Yeah. Sarah, you and I, we have a conversation that I will not going to divulge, but when we talk about things and other people that I have read when they won their minutes with us, is that things that other people criticize. People is rejecting face reading because they're afraid what they're going to say about them, because they're being criticized, and because you tend to normalize. You do things so every day that you don't realize that the things that maybe other people criticize are your superpowers.
Yes.
Anything else, love?
Nope. I want to go to the next one. And that's yours.
I know Natal. That's the one I love the most.
Yes.
And actually, I have the plastic one too, but it hurts. And when the glasses doesn't fit. But when I'm going to the parties, I always say that I paint my eyebrows the same color of my skin. I think it's the only time that I use makeup. I put eyebrows of the same color of my skin, and I put the mask. And I don't. The last time I did that 2 years ago, I didn't need to wear like so intense glasses, so I couldn't do it without glasses and the orange pantsuit and high heels, obviously.
Okay. Yes.
So my Hannibal Lecter mask.
One.
That's where my 5 years olds come up alive. Okay, let's see the video and see the music you put on him.
Yes.
Oh, Agent Starling, you think you can dissect me with this blunt little tool?
No. I thought that your knowledge...
You're so ambitious, aren't you? Do you know what you look like to me with your good bag and your cheap shoes? You look like a rube. A well-scrubbed, hustling rube with a little taste. Good nutrition's giving you some length of bone, but you're not more than one generation from poor white trash, are you, Agent Starling? And that accent you've tried so desperately to shed, pure West Virginia. Is your father, dear, is he a coal miner? Does he steal the land? You know how quickly the boys found you. All those tedious, sticky fumblings in the backseats of cars, while you could only dream of getting out, getting anywhere, getting all the way to the end.
You hear? You see? You see?
Yes.
Okay. You scare people? No, when they don't come in to ask for candies anymore. Actually, I shouldn't take a picture of the front of my house. I have a 4 feet by 5 feet, I would say 3 feet skull that my delivery man says I'm not leaving the packages. It's in front of my house, and outside my house, I have red lights. And after that, it says, why my neighbors don't talk to me? Sarah says, I love the music. You did a great job, Elva.
Thank
She
you.
always does an amazing job. Mark, hey, Mike Baron, how you doing? He says, hey, Perry. That's my favorite part of the whole movie. FBI. Great job. To me, one of the reasons, you tell me, guys, if you feel the same. The reason I love Hannibal Lecter characters so much is because it has to do with psychological thriller. I
Yes.
don't like horror movies. I like psychological thriller where they make me think. To me, the best scene is with Ray Liotta when he opened the brain.
Yeah. Yes.
The second one when Agent Starling get the haircut and he cut his arm. But the one who I almost throw up is when he gone on the plane and he give the piece of brain
Alas.
to the
Yes.
kid and
Yes.
says, "You have an exquisite taste." And like, what? And by the way, I saw Manhunt and Red Dragon. They have, beside the 4 books the Harris did, Manhunt and Red Dragon. There are 2 movies that were done before that Hannibal, The Silence of the Lamb, became famous.
Sí.
The Golden State Killer. Yep. And we're going to talk about him. Mark, I'm so flattered I get my own here. Hey, Howard. Hey, yourself. Okay, I get the last. Lol. I like psychological thriller. So we're going to talk about. Okay. One of the things that I love about this is that they look so alike
Yeah.
on features. We need to remember that he was cast before the Golden State Killer was caught. The Golden State Killer was killing during the 70s and 80s. He was a policeman, and after 40 years, he was caught, and he was sentenced to life at the age of 74 last year. We're talking about that Hannibal was in 2001, and The Silence of the Lamb was in the 90s. So when the cast happening, there was no way that the director knew about this. So
Nope.
Sarah says, absolutely. I know that movie word by word. Much appreciation. Having an old friend for dinner. That's the phrase that Hannibal Lecter used with Liotta.
Yes.
I love horror movies. Well, you're in the right place. So, Mark, if for any reason you are late to the party, you can watch it after. Anthony Hopkins is a gem. So kind, and not at the terrifying in real life. Yeah, he's a sir. Okay, we're gonna talk about first. I'm gonna talk about the similitudes. Can you see the ears?
Yes. That's
So
the first point.
we're gonna dissect the 2 faces by features. Now see the whole. Now we go into the small. Stick out. What do you think?
Yeah, both are stick out ears.
Neither of us have eyebrows.
Nope.
Again,
Chameleon.
why all the people who is thrillers and things they don't have eyebrows? The nose, even though Anthony Hopkins doesn't have a turned out nose, he have a low septum. That's the reason Perry he's such a gentleman. But on the angle of the picture, it looked like it can be. If I needed to change anything on the character, one of the things I wouldn't change is the nose, because if you find Hannibal Lecter, he's not a pessimist.
No.
You always know that he's gonna get away with it.
Mhm.
I saw my first horror movie at 5, and it was the Texas Chain Massacre. It was loosely based on Ed Gein.
Mhm.
I saw that because I think it's a psychological thriller too.
I didn't saw that one. I think that's one is the Leatherface, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
He says 1993. Yeah, I think The Silence of the Lamb. The mouth.
The mouth. Yes.
Both doesn't have any lips, but in the case of the killer, the real serial killer, and he apparently was convicted only for 13 victims, but somebody was talking about this more than 190. Wow.
Yes.
The serial killer, the real one, have a turned down mouth, and he had the turned down eyes, mouth, and a nose. The chin, straight chin. And the point with Hopkins, he have a small mouth and no lips, so the perception is the chin is bigger. But I saw in another characters where the lips are a little more plump, so I don't know it was on purpose or maybe with age. But the serial killer doesn't have any lips either,
Nope.
and in his business side, he have a big, huge line of secret lines, and it's turned down. But if you look on the personal side, he have grieving lines.
Yes.
He have grieving lines, and he have. I do believe, I can bet that that secret line, because grieving, holding all that BS in his life.
It could be.
I would
Yes.
love to interview him.
Me too.
I would love to sit with him. And again, we don't have any reach
No,
on the
you see?
serial killer.
On the
We-
real one. Yeah.
On the Anthony Hopkins, we do have inner and outer reach, but on the real life serial killer, no.
Nope. And you see the forehead from both?
Yeah, big forehead.
Mm-hmm.
But the serial killer have a round forehead when Hopkins have a flat forehead.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that for all the Hannibal Lecters that I saw from the other movies too, this is the best. I didn't watch the series because I was so with Anthony Hopkins in my head, then I couldn't see the series. I couldn't he doesn't have that. So Sarah says, it is true, big ears, better to hear you with. Yes, correct. And another way, the way he manipulates people and that he can become a charm. When he moved to Florence to be the curator on the museum, and he become this charming guy, and suddenly he's the evil. And the scene of the opera, I got the scene only for the scene of the opera. Well, hey, everybody have their things.
Yeah,
So anybody else have anything to say? Elba, since you give me the gift to read.
Yeah, I
Hannibal.
think we talk about everything. It's so impressed how things can be alike and like too. So yeah.
One of the things the serial killer have, it's a critical line. And now we're going to go to see the real case. Golden State Killer branded real-life Hannibal Lecter after admitting sick crimes. This happened at Joseph James DeAngelo wore a plastic shield in court. And this happened, if I don't mistake, in August 2020. He finally got caught. I know for the family of the victim, he probably is not going to spend too much time in jail, but I hope those years are horrible. Just saying. Okay, I want to watch you a video showing. We didn't do the video. I found it, and since it's so well done, we just edited this part. There's performance and there is stress. One of the reasons that when a boss or a partner, it's going to others with fear all the time, what happens is you get stressed. In the beginning, is give you that je ne sais quoi, that you like, okay, you want to fight that stress and performance. But when you have too much stress or too much fear, what happens is we have a decrease. So in the beginning, okay, let me play the video. Your brain is inactive and bored. So when you, why the video does that? So when you don't have any stimulus, and that's the reason we like horror movies, and we have the same sensation when we start dating someone. I have friends who says, oh, I love the dating part, but I don't like the relationship part because I get bored. I get like, I don't want anymore. That's the reason we have that butterfly effect in our stomach when we met someone, because we are inactive and we are bored. Happen with love, happen with new project, happen with excitement, happen when you have a new pair of shoes. How many times you remember getting a piece of clothing and like, oh my God, I'm going to be wearing it all the time. 6 months later, you forgot you have it and you donate it to Goodwill a year later. or like, what I was thinking when I got it. So how stores and how the dating site excite you and get your arousal is by flipping, like
Changing.
swiping.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is all the time watching who like you, who you match, is for the arousal and the excitement to know who likes you, because your brain is inactive and is bored. What happened when you put too much stress is, okay, I stop being inactive and I stop being bored. Now you have energized curiosity and interest when you get aroused. Why? Because, okay, who's gonna like me? What are the comments? We're gonna have a date. He's gonna text me first. That's what Bundle use. No, Bundle is no. What is the name of Bumble? Bumble.
Double.
It shows that I don't have any idea about dating sites. Now, Bumble is that the men like you, the women need to initiate the approach.
Mhm.
So the women have control. There is not only to protect women, they say, but there are studies showing that men are more propense to pay to get more attention for women. So Bumble does more money than the other sites. Why? Because they get energized, curious, and interest. Now, what happened later? We have, when we keep having the stress on the performance, we have the peak of the performance. That is when you are, oh my God, I'm going to have a date. And suddenly maybe you have been unstable. A lot of people during the pandemic want to says, I crave from the dating to have human touch. So they start getting depressed. Why? Because they couldn't date. The dating on Zoom, it wasn't having the same feeling. Now, again, this happened with fear, happened with the stress, and happened with arousal. Now, when you get that peak, what start happening is that you have fatigue and anxiety. You get tired of texting all the time, and you even get angry when a person is approaching you too much.
Mhm.
And what happened when you have too much stress and you have a high performance, the stress get higher and you start having panic attacks. So you need to be careful. The people who lead with fear, they're gonna have certain arousal in the beginning, but what you're gonna do is end up killing the relationship or killing the situation. Now we're gonna talk about the difference between fear and arousal, and when after we finish, we're gonna talk about specific things. People says, Sarah says, great job, Elva, like always. So what happened with fear? Increased heart rate, faster breathing and shorter of breath. Butterflies are digestive changes. You feel like that nude on the stomach,
Mhm.
sweating and chills, like you have a good span, and trembling muscles. Guess what? Happened the same with arousal. When we feel fear, you froze, fight, or flight. So what needs to happen is your eyes, their pupils get dilated. You start salivating more because your body is generating and getting more oxygen because your heart is beeping faster. Your nostril gets wet and bigger. Why? Because you don't know what you need to do, and how you need to. Somebody says, Chucky, how it hanging, Susan. Oh, somebody named Chucky is on the video. I think that channel was just opened recently. So what happened when you having a date and you want that date to remember you? We get dopamine when we have fear and arousal. We have adrenaline and dopamine. Adrenaline is great. Adrenaline save your life. Adrenaline make you wanted to see the other person. But when you have too much fear, you get blocked and you get angry. So before we're going to talk about how is the best date that you can have and where you need to take the person in the first date to go, if you want to learn some of the things and all of the things that we talk every Friday 4:05, go to humanbehaviorhackerschool.com. Now, if you want to know all the training that we do, including the new sales training, do it with Harris Consulting Group, I say it right, and all the new training and things and the new store and products that we bring in, go to humanbehaviorlab.com. Elba, if people want to find you, where they can go?
You can go to elba at humanbehaviorlab.com. And for you, Susan?
You can go to Susan at humanbehaviorlab.com. And Perry says, somebody named Chucky. I'm sure that somebody just opened this chat, and probably it's Perry or is the professor. The duty paws in this chat are here to learn about arousal curve and behavioral stuff. Oh my God. Fear and anger sound the same. You can feel fear, but in order to feel anger, you need to stop feeling fear. When you have fear, you get paralyzed. When you get anger, you can have blackouts. Like I have read a statement where the police says, I think this guy is lying. Like, no, he got a blackout. And I saw videos in bars, and you see how they start pumping. You see the reaction of fear in the face. But after, when they go to anger, that is an emotion that can stay way longer. So you need to be really careful. And the body have a reaction, open the chest, go the body normally inclined to one side of the other, and you can see it. Wanna play? I will not gonna go there. And Chucky, you want to play? Yeah. Webcam. Hope all these signs about arousal help your business model. Do not, you know what? Do not engage with these kind of people, because they're going to come back, Perry.
Yeah. I think
Perry says, I'm not Chucky, Jigsaw maybe. Oh, come on, Perry. But you know that people can see the comments, no? People can still see it. Okay, so if you want to have a great date, what you need to do, go to a carousel, go to see a horror movie, go to an escape room, go to a situation where arousal and fear can be related. You're going to be more memorable. People is going to remember you, and people want to go to see you again. I would say that that will be, if it's not the first date, at least do it on the second one. I have a friend who says, walk on the alleys, and says, no, don't walk on the alley, because if you get mugged, dude, you're gonna pee yourself. You cannot defend her or yourself. But yeah, I would say take a person with the dopamine and the adrenaline can be elevated when the person starts trusting you, but take it to a date where that can happen. I try a couple of times. Being a woman, it's more complicated because guys, they don't like that. So I would say, when I hold the fake hands, like, honey, it's a movie. I do know that. Don't make me feel like a baby. But anyway, so that what says we have our open class. So for the ones who are part of the open class, I will see you in 10 to 15 minutes. Elba, you are going to see you next Friday. Yes. And I have another idea beside what we talked today for the next Friday. So maybe we talk on Monday.
Yes, let's talk about it.
So people, thank you very much for being here. We love to share the time with you, Elba.
Yeah. Thank you for everyone. It's a pleasure to us to be here and share everything that we know. And see you the next Friday.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.